100 days of bloodshed with no end in sight. And 100 days that hostages have been captive in Gaza. A balloon for each day set free into the Tel Aviv sky. This war is now the longest between Israel and the Palestinians since Israel's founding 75 years ago. And the deadliest. Just under 24,000 people killed in Gaza, the Hamas-run health ministry there says. That's 1% of the population. The UN says Gaza's now on the verge of famine. When I pick up my UN food coupons, I feel so bad I cry, this mother at a soup kitchen says. In the end, humans have dignity and self-esteem. I'm still a human. The suffering in Gaza fueling rallies from London and Italy to Washington.
How can the world tolerate this?
As Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu vows to bring every hostage home and to keep fighting until the end.
In Tel Aviv's Hostage Square, they have set up a reenactment of a Hamas tunnel where Israeli captives are being held. Israelis leading messages on the wall saying, "Bring them home now."
Very small community.
Noam Perry hoping her 79-year-old father Chaim will hear this message.
Daddy, we know it's hell. We know each day feels like eternity, but we beg you to hold on.
Josh Letterman, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC.
All praise, glory, and honor be to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Rakwakadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. And shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. The third woe. All right. I want to start off by saying, do you still believe they are the people of Israel? Do you still believe that they are the people of Israel according to the scriptures of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai? Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 2. I think I'm going to start off a little bit earlier than 4. Let's see. Let's start here in verse 2. Isaiah 2:2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it. All right, let's dissect this. Isaiah 2 and verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days. 1950, 1948, 1947, 1946. That wasn't the last days, according to this system that's being set up right now. The 1960s, the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, that wasn't the last days. Those were preludes to what we're going into right now, to what we're seeing happen before our eyes right now. The prophecies coming true, as it was coined by our beloved elder Tahar, Elder Apostle Tahar, 2 years ago. Right? The hopeful year that all the prophecies come true. Is it not happening? And the third woe is one of those prophecies. You know, Jacob's trouble, MOTB, the remnant, only the elect of Israel return to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Those that cause division, being marked, scoffers and mockers, all this within the past 2 years, you've been able to see exactly what's what and who's who. All right. Let's go back to verse 2 in Isaiah chapter 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. So above all the systems, above all the governments, in the midst of you know, I don't want to play with it, man, but in the midst of Russia, mountains meaning certain governments, in the midst of America, in the midst of China, all these advancements they have going on in these days and time. In the midst of this happening, the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is coming out. By the word of the Lord, all things are going to be established. And the truth, which has been so long, is beginning to flourish. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain, the government of the Lord's house, the house of David, shall be established in the top of the mountains, in the top of all these other governments. It's being established right now. The word of the Lord is going out right now in spirit and truth, with faith. And out of all the things that the devil has had control over, being the prince of the air, this one thing that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has set up perfectly through the unicorn is what's bringing down the fiery darts of the devil. It's what's destroying the lies. This is what's happening right now. Throughout all the governments, the government of Yahweh Shai is standing up. The tabernacle of King David, the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. They have no choice. Whether they like what's being said, whether they don't like what's being said, all these different camps and everybody spitting different and saying different things, even those that's going off, they're listening to the Bible now. They're listening to the word of Yahweh now. They're listening to Yahweh Shai right now. Even all these other camps that tell you, you know, lick off the boots, you know, they had their camps out there, and they got so-called, you know, what they perceive to be Edomites, you know, kissing their boots. Man, the kingdom, they're going to really be licking. They're going to be licking the dust off the boots, for real. Not like what y'all, kissing the boots. It didn't say kiss the boots. It say lick up the boots, the dust off of the boots. They're going to be so proud that they're in the midst of us. Not proud, Salakia. They're going to be so happy that they're even in the midst of us. And they doing this shit like right now to a certain degree. This is an Israelite, man. The shit that we was going through in America, we ain't going through that right now. Because it's other Edomites around the world. America's going to be the one that's being destroyed. The daughter of Babylon, this whore. But when they see those men and the elected Israel, the rest of the elected Israel come off them, you know, out of the chariots, whew. And that's a mystery. That's something that people don't really see happening. They really don't see it happening. But it will. And those men that's going to enforce the world of Israel, the world to come, the world of Jacob, the everlasting kingdom of Yahweh Shai, whatever they're given, just based on what I've seen today, you know, I perceived this at the time. I perceived this guy that came to my camp as an Edomite, and he went to his father being of the small hats. And then he said something about his grandfather. I didn't really catch it at the time. We don't know. He didn't really go into it. Ain't no telling who his grandfather might be. Right? But the seed of his grandfather is going to affect the seed of his father. He might not be at that time what I perceive to be an Edomite. He might just be going through the curses. Ain't no telling what he done been through. But at the same time, just based on what he said, the Spirit bear witness. I'll leave it right there. But do you still believe they are the people of Israel? All right, let me continue. Isaiah 2 and chapter 3. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Israel. To the mountain of the Lord. Right? To the government of the Lord. To the government of Yahushua, who is an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. He sprung out of Judah. To the house of the power of Jacob. Jacob being the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, and Issachar. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Is that what's going on in that land right now? Do you still believe they are the people of Israel, the people of Jacob? Is that what's going on? Is all the nations around the world going to Israel right now? Right? To ask, how are y'all so knowledgeable? What can we do to make our lives more perfect? Because only when Yahweh shall come back and set his children, set his elect in the land of Israel, will that happen? Has that been happening since 1949? 1948? Has that been happening? Or have they been going up there causing war? All right. With that, it's another precept. Let me get a precept for this. Let's go to Micah. Y'all want to play? I thought y'all would give it to me, but it's all right. Y'all ain't got to. He's going to give me it anyway while y'all playing. Micah chapter 4. Let's start at verse 1. But in the last days, there go that key word, in the last days, it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains. There go that mountain, that government. And it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. Is that what's happening right now? Are people flowing into, okay, on the left-hand side, yeah, people, you could say people are flowing, or they have been flowing into Israel. But for what? Carnality, fame, all the things that Yahweh shall hate, you know. And it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow into it. The hills, all the cities. When Yahweh shall come back, gather his elect, and set them up as the kingdom of heaven in Jerusalem, over there in the land of Israel, right? Then are the people going to flow to it, seeking the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And not only that, they're going to have to come to pay tribute. They're going to have to come and pay tribute to our king, to our master, our true master, the master of Israel, the king of Israel, the president, the, I don't know. I don't remember all those other names. The emperor, of the world. Yahweh Shah, big bro. Verse 2. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the government of the Lord, and to the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. Starting with the elect and the governing body, the 144,000, 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. 144,000. The same way that Esau Edom uses America and the UN to establish their wicked agenda of law. That's the same way. The 144, the tabernacle of King David is going to rule the earth in righteousness. And that's going to be the big difference. That's why nations are going to that's why they're going to be able to come and do it. Because when Yahushua established this earth, everything is going to flourish. You're not going to have no reason why you can't come and pay tribute. We're not going to put the spirit. Yahweh Shem Shai is not going to put. He's not going to deal treacherously. It's going to be with equity. It's not going to be with taxes. You got to catch an airplane and come over here. You got to and pay the taxes on the airplane. No, this is righteous. You come over here for righteousness, to establish the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. You're not coming over here to forward a wicked agenda like what's been going on since 1948, 49. All right. Do you still believe they are the people of Israel according to the scriptures? With that, let's get here. Let's go here. Y'all play too much. I forgot how retarded this tablet is. Revelation chapter 6. Let's just go here. Let's do it like that. All right. Revelation chapter 6, and let's start at verse 1. And I saw the Lamb open one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering, and to conquer. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. All right. And that red horse is a sign of Esau Edom. He's been all around the world with his sword, causing war and destruction. That's what he does. Right? With that, let's go here. Let's go back to Micah chapter 4. Let's go to verse 3. And he shall judge among many people when Yahweh shall return and take his elect back into the homeland. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Is that what's going on right now? Do you still believe they are the people of Israel? 1948 was a lie. Okay? Yahweh Shah hasn't returned to fulfill the rest of the prophecies yet. All the prophecies that's supposed to happen before he get back hasn't happened yet. Jacob's trouble, the third woe, the MOTB. It hasn't happened yet. But since 2 years ago, it's been revving up. Ever more. Let me get back to Revelations. Revelation chapter 6. Let's jump down to verse 7. And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, Come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed him. The power was given unto them, over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth. The whole 4 year of Jacob's trouble, right? Let me get a precept for this. As we just read in Revelations, right? Jeremiah 15, and let me open that up. Jeremiah 15, and start at verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, Thus says the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine, hunger, to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. And it's also in 2nd Ezra chapter 16. The famine, the teeth of wild beasts, the 4 kinds of death that's going to happen. And that's what's happening. We are not, the people that's in the land of Israel, they are not the people. That's the point. That's the point. Yahushua has not returned yet to take his people back to the homeland. All that was done as written in Revelations. Let me get it. Revelation chapter 12, verse 19. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Esau, Edom. This is the physical counterpart that deceived the whole world. They painted over the pictures of the judges thereof. Do you still believe they are the people of Israel? 1949 was a lie. Right? And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. They deceived the whole world. But the truth is going out now. That's what's going on now. Through the internet. All right? Through the unicorn. There's so much truth out here that Esau Edom can't sleep. He can't sleep. You know, he thought you thought that he couldn't he couldn't sleep without doing something wicked before. Now that this truth is going out. So like, give me 1 minute. Let me see if I can find that. Let's get in Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 16. Matter of fact. Yeah, let's go to verse 15. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light, that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They shall know not at what they stumble. And they stumbling right now. They stumbling all over the place. They deceived the world one moment. They thought they had it together. They even thought that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua was with them. You know? It was a time before the truth was before the unicorn, that the truth was going out and was not being heard. It was not affecting. It was not touching. You know, the lies and deceptions of Esau Edom. But now it is. Let's go to Ezekiel and close it out. No, I don't like that. No, don't do that. Let's go here. I like that better. I don't know. The gateway, I like that better. And let's do this. Ezekiel chapter 39. Let's jump down to verse 9. No, let's jump down to verse 8. Behold, it is come, and it is done, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, our power. This is the day whereof I have spoken. And they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth, and shall set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and the bucklers, the bows and the arrows, and the handstaves and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years. All right. Verse 10, so that they shall take no wood out of the field, neither cut down any out of the forest, for they shall burn the weapons with fire, and they shall spoil those that spoiled them, and rob those that spoiled them, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It's not going to be, man, y'all not going to get your hands on no more weapons. It's not going to be an uprising in the kingdom once it is established by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in the kingdom of Israel. Do you still believe they are the people of Israel? Is that what's happening? Or am I missing something? With that, let's close out. Giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kwakadash, and double honors again to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. To the hopeful elected Israel, endure, endure, endure. Yahweh Wa, Yahweh Shah, Ratazah, endure. Kwam Yasharala, and Wa Ababa Ba. I'm going to leave out on playing that clip one more time, though.
Tonight, a grim milestone in the Israel-Hamas war. 100 days of bloodshed with no end in sight. And 100 days that hostages have been captive in Gaza. A balloon for each day set free into the Tel Aviv sky. This war is now the longest between Israel and the Palestinians since Israel's founding 75 years ago. And the deadliest. Just under 24,000 people killed in Gaza, the Hamas-run health ministry there says. That's 1% of the population. The UN says Gaza's now on the verge of famine. When I pick up my UN food coupons, I feel so bad I cry, this mother at a soup kitchen says. In the end, humans have dignity and self-esteem. I'm still a human. The suffering in Gaza fueling rallies from London and Italy to Washington.
How can the world tolerate this?
As Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu vows to bring every hostage home and to keep fighting until the end.
In Tel Aviv's Hostage Square, they have set up a reenactment of a Hamas tunnel where Israeli captives are being held. Israelis leading messages on the wall saying, bring them home now.
Very small community.
Noam Perry hoping her 79-year-old father Chaim will hear this message.
Daddy, we know it's hell. We know each day feels like eternity, but we beg you to hold on.
Josh Letterman, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Thanks for watching.